Well, good morning, guys. We are back out at the greenhouse.
Good morning.
And today, it's not super windy.
I'm a little concerned about trying to do the plastic today.
Yeah. I think we could do the end walls because they're not as big. I really hope.
But like as we're standing here, the wind is picking up.
Just as soon as I said that, it started picking up. So hopefully we can get both of the plastic end walls up, and then maybe do the storm doors. That'd be cool to get those done. Yeah. And then honestly, because we have a low end wall greenhouse, we could put up a couple of T-posts, low sidewall, I'm sorry, and put up a couple T-posts and put some rope or something up to prevent any deer from nibbling on the plants. And I think that we could get the greenhouse planted without the top on.
I think so too, honestly. So what Levi was saying is that we would just put some T-posts around the whole greenhouse,
just create a
and
perimeter.
Just run like string all the way around a couple of times, and that's just to keep the deer from being able to jump over, because they're not going to jump between that tiny little space, and they wouldn't be able to get in.
Yeah, it's kind of like the double fence theory, where if you have two fences close together, a deer won't, because they don't have good depth perception.
However, we did see the moose again yesterday, and I'm telling you, that thing is like the most elusive creature. I woke up, opened the blinds, and I was like, moose! And I grabbed my phone, and then it went behind the trees, and then it went over our neighbor's pasture, and it was gone. And I never got to get any footage. But
we're close though.
Knowing that we've been having this moose in the yard a couple of times now, like, the string's not going to keep the moose out. No. It's not going to keep the elk out, but it should help with the deer. Hopefully
we'll see.
We'll see.
So that's the goal today. We're going to try to get the end walls up, and then we still have to fill all the beds up and all that stuff, and then we need to get more dirt. Hopefully we can get this. This will be a huge step for us to get this in. So let's just jump on it. It's going to get windier as we speak, so hurry up.
No. Which direction to pull it out?
I know, you don't.
Yeah.
We were talking to a neighbor guy, and they said that they've treed 24 mountain lions in the mountains behind us. And that noise that we sometimes have on the video of like, what is that? We think that's like hunting dogs, because they use hunting dogs to tree these mountain lions. So 24 of them just last year. So we got to make sure our animals are safe.
Ryder, come here. Want to pass? No?
The writing's out, so this little piece right here will be what we pick up and put up there.
Yeah. So pull it towards you a little bit, because I have, So, what is the easiest way?
I would think I would just need to pull the top up there, get a wiggle wire in, and then...
Well, let me just pull this forward. So you can get the ladder.
Here's the wiggle wire we're using, and you basically just kind of weave this into that track that we put up, pinching the plastic in the track with this wiggle wire. So once I get this untangled. Why?
Worse though. Maybe it doesn't need to go right to the end. So I should probably go over here. Nice. Be nice to get the door in. Are we gonna do the whole side first?
The whole side's, what do you mean?
No, are we gonna put the door in before we start on the other side?
Well, should we do the plastic while it's not super windy, or should we do the door? I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's gonna get more windy than it is right now. That was doable.
Yeah. It might not be as bad on the back side.
Yeah, now that this plastic's up,
yeah,
kind of block it, I hope. All right.
Yeah, absolutely save that.
It's like folding sheets at the laundromat.
What is the next step? Huh? What's the next step? Where's your frisbee? Go get it. Where is it? All right. Well, let's cut around the top.
Yeah, let's do it.
So same for that, 4 to 5 inches. We want to, yeah.
It's like we're in Lord of the Rings and Gandalf was coming on the eagles.
All right, one side done, minus the door. All right, so because it's just the two of us, I'm gonna grab some backup here. Hopefully we could use these clamps to just clamp each edge as we pull it tight, because the wind, this is like the north side of the greenhouse and the wind is coming from the south. So that other piece, actually the wind helped hold it up there, and this one is actually hurting us. So we're gonna go ahead and clamp the edges and see if that will help us.
I don't know, honey.
Well, that was dumb.
We honestly, like, you guys can see the wind has absolutely just
And now it's switched and it's coming out of the north, which is now pinning the plastic up, while the whole time we were struggling, the wind was coming out of the south and pushing it away from the greenhouse. So if we'd have waited 20 minutes, we could have, and now the wind's like stopped. Just crazy. But we got it up there and it's in place. And the cool thing about this wiggle wire is that you can undo it, pull the plastic tight. So we just have it cut long. Looks a little mangly, but we did cut a slit in the center. A slit in the center because the door goes in there.
It's pretty terrible, but that's okay. We'll pull it tight.
It's not. Yeah, it's semi-tight. Well, we cut a slit in the center to help relieve some of the wind pushing on it.
So that's where the
and that's where the door is going to be going. So we got some clamps on there, and we'll just continue along.
Well, let's jump on it while the wind has calmed
down.
And,
so let's see if we can pull the wiggle wire tight. See if we can get this locked down a little nicer.
Well, we went in, took a break, had some lunch, and we're probably being not smart, but we're gonna go ahead and try to put our storm door in.
What do you mean not smart?
Well, because of the wind. we gave up on the back end wall, and we'll deal with that when
we have a nice, beautiful, calm day.
which never happens. Whew. Yeah, that took everything out of me, if I'm going to be completely honest. I was no longer smiling.
There might have been a few bad words spoken.
Maybe, just maybe. No, we don't do
There's
that.
a random screw.
It's got to go to the door.
Well, it said Phillips.
So anyways, this is our storm door. We just went with the cheapest door we could find. I mean, they're pretty nice.
Yeah, very nice. But I'm gonna have to. It said a Phillips bit in the instructions, but this is clearly not a Phillips.
That is not. That would be a standard.
So I need to go get. The hardest part about building this greenhouse way over here is the fact that all the stuff is way over there.
We never have all that we need. So literally there was just one screw?
Yeah, where's all the rest of the hardware?
Well, we're gonna look for the hardware. Yeah, not gonna lie. The box with all the parts was literally right in front of our faces and we just didn't see it. There it is.
What?
B.
Are you a nice pretty flower? The bees like?
I don't know. Maybe I smell good. It's probably my dry shampoo.
All right. We have our hinge on the door. We're gonna go ahead and throw it in here. It just goes right here in the center. So we'll go ahead and put that in right now.
All right, we're back out at the greenhouse, and we're gonna start filling our beds. And what we want to do is put hardware cloth on the bottom, and that way no gophers or anything can come up through the beds and then start messing with the plants. And so we have two different sized beds. We have a 3-foot bed and a 4-foot bed. And so this hardware cloth comes in 2-foot wide rolls. And so for the 3-foot beds, we want to cut them in half. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to cut that in half, like fast wise, instead of just using like 10 snips, which we might end up having to do. But I want to see if I could use my Sawzall and just put a metal blade in there and see if it'll work. So I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to give it a shot. Well, was that easier or harder? I have no idea.
It was definitely hard to hold. That was fast.
Yeah, so.
And it's nice and straight.
And it's nice and straight. So hopefully that'll work, and we'll just roll them out and not have to waste too much by having a big, huge overlap. So let's jump on it. We'll roll it out and start putting dirt on there to hold it down, and we'll just work these 3-foot beds and see if this works. Should.
I know it'll be a little harder to unroll that way, but it might help it stay down better. So the reason why we're doing the beds today is for a couple different reasons. One is the wind is still a factor, and it's supposed to be a factor for like the next week. So we probably won't be able to finish the back end wall or the large poly until probably next week, Tuesday. And also our son Jake is coming to visit us this weekend, which we're super excited about. It's been about 1.5 years since we saw him. So, you know, we'll be busy doing other things. But we're gonna get to fill in these beds and do the things that we can do while we wait for the wind. So what do you think? Do you think I should put it face down, or should I just leave it up and we'll put...
You can try to roll it face down.
I mean, I know it's not as easy. Which side do you want to start at? And I do think I want to try and cut little nips out where other pipes are. Yeah, I think that does work easier because it kind of stays down. No, I think that'll be good. So we've started rolling out the landscape fabric and it's actually working out really well. What we've done is just kind of clipped around the pipes there and just let it kind of go around so we can get it to match all the way to the edges of the bed. We'll just continue working our way down. So what we're doing is we're just making a nice raised bed mix with the compost, the peat moss, and then we're going to add some vermiculite. The ratio should be a third, and a third, but we'll probably not put as much of the vermiculite as needed, but we'll see. And I have my little tool I'm going to use. I actually got this at like a second-hand store for $4. It's kind of a cool old garden tool. Well, so 2 yards of soil. It filled this 36-foot bed about a little more than halfway. So we definitely, I mean, we knew we were gonna need a lot more than 2 yards, but we definitely did not think that we would need that much. So we figure we'll probably need about another 14 yards of compost, which that's fine. It's a good investment. We'll be able to grow lots of food here in the garden, and that is our main goal. But since we got at least one part of a bed filled, I am going to fill that with some of the plants that I started quite a while ago, and especially I wanted to get my onions into the ground. I've had those started pretty much the longest, so I'm gonna get those in the ground. I have those ones, and then I also have these ones here, and I might plant my cabbage. I feel like I really need to get some of this stuff in the ground, and at least the stuff that can tolerate the cold temps that we still have forecasted. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Levi is doing some other fun stuff over by the barn, and we're just gonna divide and conquer and get a bunch of stuff accomplished today. It's supposed to rain this evening, so what a great time to get some plants in the ground. And Levi is working on moving one of the IBC totes, we just about emptied it yesterday over to the barn, the side of the barn that has the small roof, and we are going to try and catch the rain off of that roof. That will really like contribute to a nice supply of water on the homestead. So luckily I have a lot of gardening stuff left over that I saved from our place that we had back in Michigan. So I've got lots of labels here, and I'm going to make sure to label everything in the garden. I love being able to keep track of things that did really well, and also just a way to remember what varieties I'm planting. So the only bad thing is I forgot my other papers that say what is what. So this one is easy though, because out of my one variety of seeds, I think they're Kelsey or Kelsey onions, only 2 of them came up, and that's okay. I know my package of seeds was a little bit on the older side, but my goodness, you can tell these are going to be big onions, and they are supposed to be like giant. So if these turn out really well, I will definitely get more seeds and plant those again next year. I'm very excited about those ones. And my clearanced garden tool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for clearance. Levi jokes around if there's a orange tag or a red tag or something like that, I'm like, you know, drawn to it. So I don't know, it might not save me money that way, but I enjoy myself finding a good deal. So what I'm thinking about doing, because we did put the beds directly against the side of the greenhouse, I think things that I will have to let, you know, grow a lot longer, I will keep back there, and then the stuff that I'll be able to harvest sooner will be towards the front. The greenhouse will have roll-up sides. We'll be putting those on as soon as we have a good day to put our large poly over the top. So I just figure this will make it easier for us for harvesting, that, you know, we can keep the longer growing season stuff towards the back, and the stuff that takes less time up front. Let's see, I might have to actually go around the outside to plant the onions, but maybe I will just get them ready to go in the ground. Get them placed. As you can see, there's a few in this one cell, and that is totally fine. I am just gonna gently separate them. The roots are super healthy, and I'm just gonna kind of gently pull them apart and plant each one in its own little spot. The wind has not died down at all. So these Kelsey onions are supposed to get really, really big. So I don't want to crowd them too much. I want them to get to their potential size. So, and we don't want to bury them too deep. Want them to bulb up nicely. I might space them out a little bit more. right, well, I am gonna go ahead and get all of these planted and then start on the next crop.
All right, we have the IBC tote set up, ready to collect the water off the small roof. We went ahead and marked it. We're supposed to get some rain tonight, and went and put it. We have about, I don't know, 55 gallons or so in this, and I basically just used some of these 2-inch to 3-inch reducers, which work really well. I had a bunch of them, and just put some extra screen on there to collect any big junk from the gutter, and went ahead and just tightened that down onto here. And then just for extra added safety, I just put a ratchet strap on there just in case, because we get some pretty good sized wind gusts coming through here. So hopefully we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, it rained a whole bunch last night. Let's see where we're at. There was our old mark, and it looks like we are about 2 inches from the top. So man, that was a good amount of rain. We actually filled up our 3 water tanks. Those were about halfway full. Those are completely full now. And that other IBC tote over there is completely full. And then now this one's just about full. So really good rain event for us to get some water.
All right. Today is the day.
For plastic.
Attempt to pull the plastic. So
It's not supposed to be windy. Like the highest gust is supposed to be about 12 miles an hour, and that's supposed to be around noon.
yeah.
It is a 8:15 right now, so we first have to tackle that back end wall, try to get that plastic a little bit tighter since the wind is calm, and then we will see if we can do this, just the 2 of us. If not, we may have to call for reinforcements.
We'll see how this goes. I think we got a plan. We got some rope, a couple weights to throw over there to pull the rope over from one side to the other, and we'll just have to see what we can do.
Yeah.
Extension pole for the center to see if we can push it up over the peak and pull
Which
it
side
around.
should we go on?
Probably this side, huh? What do you
This
think?
side?
Yeah.
Well, which way is the wind going right now?
Well, it's usually coming from that way, so maybe we should start on that other side.
Well, my hair is blowing this way, so I wonder, is it going this way today?
Yeah, it kind of does feel like that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Start
we'll
over.
start on this side.
All right. Wish us luck.
All right, so we just decided to do that off camera. The wind is not terrible, but it is still kind of picking up, so it's still going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we did get this side, or this end wall, tightened up to where it should be. Normally we would install the storm door right now, but we need to try and get this plastic up, the big stuff on top. So yeah, we'll get to it. We're gonna roll out the plastic.
All right, here's our last bit of this wiggle wire, and the whole top will be on. Gotta do a little trim. All right.
Not
That wasn't
too
as
bad.
bad as I thought it was gonna be.
We did get a couple of holes. Luckily, they were on this side, so we were able to pull them out and not affect that will all be cut off. But the inside is, whew, it is like a sauna in here. Oh my goodness.
Wow. I'm like,
Whew.
I just started sweating.
Yeah, it is.
100% humidity. You gotta get these roll-up sides going.
Yeah,
Get some ventilation in here.
you can see my stuff I planted the other day is doing okay. My cilantro did not like being separated, but I think it'll bounce back. Everything looks pretty good.
One cabbage that didn't make it.
One cabbage, but I kind of knew because it was already, yeah, it was already dying. That's okay, I got lots more to plant. And, yeah, wow. Whew.
Yeah, let's get this door ends cut off. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. Much better out here.
Man. All right, next up are the roll-up sides. This is the hardware for it. And it comes with 4 handles, 2 for each side and end. And then these are the clamps that you clamp the plastic to. And remember how we were talking about those 10.5 foot long top rails for like chain link fence and stuff? They send 5 of those for each side. And then you basically, after you put that pipe together, you use these to just clip the plastic that's hanging down onto that pipe, and then we'll put these in each pipe, and then this is how you roll up the roll-up sides. And then we'll do that because that thing needs some ventilation fast because it is hot. Okay, here's our roll-up sides. We have our pipe in there, and we clamp the plastic to the pipe, and now we're gonna lock these in. You don't use any hardware to hold this up against the greenhouse. Basically, you just use this strapping, and they send you a bunch of it. And the way they want you to do it is to fold this over a couple times, and then take a screw with a washer on the end of it, and kind of just feed that through the front of it, so that it kind of looks like that. And then what we're going to do is line it up with this ground stake, and we're going to put it at the top of this headboard. Then we're going to stretch it out, do the same thing, and put it at the bottom of this headboard. We're basically trying to line it up with this ground stake, so it kind of hides that ground stake from the outside. Looks pretty cool. So go ahead and stretch this out, and then do the same thing on the bottom. Fold it up into itself so that it's on the inside. And then just take our screw and just kind of wiggle it through this material. It's kind of like a burlap kind of fabric. There it is. So we'll go ahead and do that down both sides of the greenhouse, and then we can jump onto our handles, and then we can roll up our sides and see how it works. All right, so here's our pipe. We have it sticking over about a foot or so, and this is the handle that comes with it. It has a sleeve that's welded on just a simple little piece of aluminum, and then they have a handle just with a bolt and a nut, and it just creates like a nice handle. Spins pretty good. Basically what they want you to do is stick it in there and just throw 2 Tech screws here at the top. You want your handle, you know, we're gonna bring the dirt up a little bit out here in landscape once we're done building the greenhouse. And so we kind of want to have the handle just facing towards the inside of the greenhouse, and then we'll just throw 2 Tech screws in here and that'll lock it on. And then we'll jump to the other side, do the same thing. All right, so there's one. Jump to the other side, do the other one, and then Tanya comes out to help. She can help me roll these sides up.